come into this year with a lot of depth at quarterback. I mean, and a very experienced guy.
Sure.
What is it that you want to see out of each of them this spring?
I think just first off, as a unit, as a whole, just the consistency. You heard Coach talk on it a little bit. I mean, there's things that we emphasize, things that we practice every single day. And for the most part, I think we do a pretty good job getting out there and executing. But to do it on a consistent basis, whether it's in walkthrough settings, practice settings, or game settings, just like to see the group as a whole kind of take ownership of that. Each of those guys are at a different stage in their development right now. And, I mean, we'll have focus points for each of them as we go through the spring. But I'm excited to see that group continue to grow.
Okay, Travis comes back with a lot of experience.
Sure.
So the other guys, Tate and the others, I mean, this gives you an opportunity really to take a deep dive into them.
Absolutely. So, I mean, a guy like Tate gets thrown in the fire a little bit last year, comes in, Louisville game, does a great job at the end. And, I mean, his play was critical to obviously the outcome of that game.
And the season.
And the season, really. But it gives one quarterback play like that gives the team confidence. Regardless who's back there, we got a guy. Everyone knows that with Jordan, right? But for these other guys, I think what's going to be so valuable for them in the spring is the reps that they're going to be able to get. Just like with Tate, you saw a huge part of his growth in the last year was the fact that he got to play more. He got to practice more. He got to take more live reps with the bullets coming at him. And I think that'll help those other guys too. And it's going to be fun with the competition in that room.
Yeah. Brock and the younger guy, Brock, youngest. I mean, this will be like a little baptism by fire for him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think one of the things that serves Brock really well is, one, his competitiveness. And then two, he doesn't back down. He hit the ground running when he got in here. He has that natural leadership quality, that quarterback moxie to him, if you will. And so I think that confidence that he has in himself, his ability naturally, that's going to help him kind of jump in there and give himself confidence that he can go out and be productive for us. He's a young guy. There's still going to be a learning curve for him, but it's going to be exciting to see where he goes.
So Duffy, he's taking the next step.
Dugan's baby. Sorry.
That's all right. Ron Dugans comes by, you got to recognize
That's right.
him.
You have to. It's a legend right there.
Yeah. But Duffy, has he taken the next step?
AJ's done a phenomenal job this offseason. He's pushed himself. He's matured on the field, off the field. I think that he's done a lot of the little things that we talk about in this program to help you not just become a better football player, but to continue to grow as a man.
Yeah.
And so with AJ's growth and development, it's going to be fun to see where he goes, and he's going to jump in the fire a little bit this spring too, and get some good reps. So it'll be exciting for him.
I asked the question, the last question up there. Actually, I asked the last one, but
sure.
But I'd asked the question about you're trying to develop a rotation with your team, and you got 4 guys,
right?
But sometimes if you can't get guys enough reps, or you can't encourage them enough, they think maybe they need to transfer.
Sure.
How do you deal with that?
I think it starts with relationships. Football is football. They got to have a great sense of me as a man, of Coach Ravel as a man, just everybody in our program. I mean, our coaches, I'm not coaching just quarterbacks. I try and work to develop relationships with, whether it's an incoming defensive lineman or Jaheim Bell playing tight end, having those guys get a sense of who I am and what I'm like. Because at the end of the day, football is the easy part, okay? If they don't trust me, they're still not going to do what I ask them to do, or to the standard that we want it done.
Yeah.
So I think developing and building trust with those guys is kind of the foundation for that. But then continuing to paint the picture. Hey, this is what it looks like. This is part of your process. Everybody's journey is different. And then those guys ultimately just taking ownership of that.
Is that point that Mike made about, force me to play you?
Yeah.
I mean, they got to earn the reps.
That's another piece of it. I mean, we talk about competition a lot, right? So how are you approaching the meetings? How are you approaching the walkthrough? How are you approaching the things outside of the building? Can we trust you enough to give you those reps? That's part of forcing us to give you those reps and everything. And I think we have a really good group of guys in our room right now, and it's going to be a fun spring, that's for sure.
So is it a natural part of the process that a kid might say to you, Coach, I'm not getting as many reps. What's up? Why?
I think, every kid's a little bit different. In today's day and age of instant gratification and everything, that's obviously something that you can combat at times. But like I said, it's our job to paint the picture of what their development is going to look like and then ultimately follow through with it.
Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Go Knowles.